right now at noon, an Alma man is accused of shooting his mother-in-law, who is in critical condition at this hour. According to Crawford County Sheriff Daniel Perry, yesterday, Khristopher Miller shot her in the face during an argument, then tried to shoot his father-in-law. Miller's father-in-law was not injured, but his mother-in-law was airlifted to a hospital in Springfield, Missouri. Miller is facing charges of first-degree murder and battery, is being held by the Crawford County Sheriff's Office without bond. And new at noon, a 19-year-old Van Buren man is arrested in connection to a suspicious death. Anthony Lee Tabor was arrested in connection to the death of 34-year-old Michael James O'Malley on April 6th. Van Buren police responded to South 40th Street and Kingsley Drive Sunday, where they found the victim lying beside the roadway. Police say he was pronounced dead at the scene and his body was sent to the Arkansas State Medical Examiner for an autopsy. Officials say that investigation is still active. And as the Trump administration's new sweeping reciprocal tariffs take hold, China announces higher tariffs on U.S. goods at 84%. CBS's Natalie Brand has the latest.
U.S. trading partners are hitting back after President Trump's reciprocal tariffs kicked in overnight. Beijing responded to the administration's additional 50% tariff on Chinese imports, raising its retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods to 84%.
No one wins in a war, but it's proportionality, and the proportionality for the Chinese is going to be much worse.
The European Union has announced retaliatory tariffs on more than $20 billion of U.S. goods, but countries are also signaling they want to negotiate. The administration says it's heard from about 70.
I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass. They are dying to make a deal. Please, please, sir, make a deal. I'll do anything. I'll do anything, sir.
President Trump also criticized the members of his own party who are questioning his tariff strategy, saying it would be a mistake for Congress to take over trade negotiations.
As I talk to my farmers, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of uncertainty, because when we get into a trade war, usually the first pawn in the trade war is agriculture.
U.S. Trade Representative Jamison Greer returned to Capitol Hill for a second day of questioning about the administration's strategy.
I think that tariffs are an imposition on foreign goods that can protect American workers and American products.
President Trump also said Tuesday night he will impose new tariffs on imported pharmaceuticals, but did not say when. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Last year, the U.S. imported more than $213 billion worth of medicines. Trump insists that because the U.S. is such a big buyer of pharmaceuticals, the new tariffs will force the drug manufacturers to make their products in America. And Hawaii is reporting its first measles case of the year in an unvaccinated child returning from international travel. Health officials are working around the clock, tracking potential exposure points. Key locations include the International Airport in Honolulu and local urgent care centers. Governor Josh Green is urging the public to get vaccinated to prevent further spread, as measles remain highly contagious. Contact tracing efforts are underway as officials work to prevent further spread. According to the CDC, who's tracking reported measles cases, Texas has 250 plus cases of measles, Oklahoma less than 10, and Arkansas none, Kansas less than 50. Well, now to the latest on the proposed Franklin County prison. More people are coming forward claiming the state has not done its due diligence to confirm if there is a burial site located on the proposed land for that 3,000-bed state prison. This comes after the $750 million bill to fund the prison failed for a fifth time in the Senate on Tuesday. The Arkansas Department of Corrections did a site assessment of the land back when it was first announced the prison would be located there. Since then, members of the Chickamauga tribe have come forward saying the land is a burial site for their ancestors dating back decades. While the state says they haven't found any evidence of burial sites, residents who live across the street say they have not seen any evidence of any excavators to confirm whether or not the land does have stone graves.
Trucks that have been in and out of here, which I have pictures of, are work trucks. They're putting up signs. They're cleaning the road. They're fixing the driveway. There is no study on an archaeological level because they haven't done it, because we would have seen it.
We reached out to the Arkansas Historic Preservation Program to confirm if there's been an extensive search for evidence of a burial site in their archaeological survey, with no response. Meanwhile, Senator Joshua Bryant from Benton County introduced a separate bill this week that would set aside money that has already been allocated to fund prison projects. It would take funding from the State Securities Reserve Fund to use on correctional facilities in 2025 and 2026. That bill has been referred to a committee for review. Well, the Fort Smith School District has a new superintendent. On Tuesday, the school board decided to select Deputy Superintendent Marty Mahan among 3 finalists to represent Dr. Terry Morosky, who is leaving at the end of the school year.
I thought we had 3 really good finalists, and any of them would make good superintendents. And I really appreciate the board's involvement and detail in moving us in what we believe is the right direction. So thank you all.
Terms of Mahan's contract will be worked out in a few weeks in another special board meeting. Mahan has held several leadership roles during his career in the district. Those include Executive Director of Human Resources, as well as principal positions at Northside High School and at Kimmins Junior High. Women battling breast cancer now have less of a fight against insurance companies for reconstructive surgery. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi has more about a new Arkansas state law that doctors say is crucial for survivors.
Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders recently signed Act 424 into law, expanding the types of breast reconstruction surgeries insurance companies in Arkansas are required to cover, most notably the deep flap surgery.
You take skin and fatty tissue from the woman's abdomen and create breast tissue from that on her chest. That's still her own tissue, but doesn't compromise her muscle function at all.
Dr. Whitney Davidson with Mercy Hospital says surgeries like this are an extension of cancer care.
It's not a vanity thing. It's not that these ladies want to look a certain way and are looking for plastic surgery on the insurance company's dime to, not cosmetic surgery. This is a part of their cancer care. It's attempting to make them whole after they've had to have part of their body removed.
Arkansas State Senator Joshua Bryant, the bill's sponsor, says he heard numerous concerns from constituents having to travel to other states just so insurance companies could cover the procedure.
If you listen to the testimony of the survivors that were denied this coverage, that were waiting for this coverage, that went out of state, some distances of several thousand miles to be able to afford their portion of this surgery, it was time for us to address this issue and bring it here. And
Davidson adds that the new law helps make Arkansas a prime destination for medical care.
What this does is bring what is becoming more and more a standard of care type of operation to our state. It provides better options for our patients, and it provides the opportunity to bring more and more specialists who are, on the front edge of breast cancer care to Arkansas.
While money is one thing, Brian says the quality of life for those able to receive the care they need closer to home is what matters most.
when you go out of state, you get disconnected from your loved ones, from your resources here locally. You have to do continuum care out of state. So it really made no sense. And there really was no good reason financially to send them out of the states, other than they just did not want to pay for the surgery here in Arkansas.
Covering news where you live, Jacob Luthi, 5 News.